is myself, Howard, the unknown drummer. I am here with Captain Teo Leonard.
Good day, everyone.
We are joined here by MF Barbecue, which would be Caitlin and Michelle representing tonight. They're going to be here talking about their barbecue. We're going to just take a minute here and invite some people on, and we encourage you to tell your friends to come and listen to the show if you want to be part of the show. Teo, I believe it is time for...
Oh, disclaimer. Okay, so...
Woo, disclaimer time.
Hey, because my language is not that great, and
I curse.
I'm affected by the jab, so
do I.
All things are our own opinions. They're not the opinions of any sponsors or not that really anyone advertise, but we have lots of people that help support us. They are express opinions. Do as you do, not as we do, and don't hold us responsible if you fuck around and find out, because that's not our fault. So anyway, but
relax,
the opinions are ours. They're not everybody else's.
The opinions of the show are not those of Apollo Beach Publishing.
So don't sue us if we recommend a place and you don't like it.
Don't blame us if someone that we have over the recommended here on the show doesn't give you the service that you want. Every situation is different. We're just here to spotlight local businesses so they can offer their products to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, and perfect. There you go.
What was that?
Oh, Michelle's on the keyboard tonight.
Shit. And again, a big shout out to Joanne behind the console making the show work. She's a local business owner here too. Some of the people right off the bat who help us out with the show all the time, I would say Pool Kings of Apollo Beach, great local treasure here. The Flip Flop Shop, Teo's Place, Web Ninja. We have our website coming up live in a few weeks. Ali Serrano Portraits. Also Jen Bud with Sensei. We came up here and it didn't smell like cigars and weed.
There you go.
What else?
Thank you so much, Jen Bud.
And introduce yourselves, ladies.
My name is Michelle Mack. We own MF Barbecue, family owned and operated.
Now, what is? Okay, go.
Okay, and hold on. We got Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin.
They got to share the mic.
I'm Caitlin. I'm her daughter-in-law.
There you go. So what is MF Barbecue? Shoot.
MF Barbecue is Texas-style barbecue with diabetic and keto-friendly options. We make it fresh daily. It's Whole Foods. Texas style by nature is diabetic and keto friendly. It has no sugar in the rubs.
There you go.
Cool. And so you do brisket, pork, chicken,
baby back ribs, St. Louis ribs.
You can talk to Teo that way too.
Oh yeah.
So you can move this.
I know a little bit about barbecue.
We're not. Yeah, Teo pretty much made us a pizza tonight, and we're gonna have a little video of that.
They're doing that.
We're gonna do
I'm a Kansas City barbecue judge,
and then we're gonna have the done, and then the finished of the pizza, and it's gonna be first commercial set, second commercial set, third commercial set. So how'd you pick the name MF? Is it because we think of it, or is it because it's the Mech family? Or
okay, so
do it.
There is another restaurant called D's Family Barbecue.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be a copycat. And I was looking at it going, well, we're the Mech family. MF, that's catchy.
I like that.
So I went with it.
Okay, cool. Now, so you're the mother-in-law and Caitlin's the daughter-in-law. And how many guys are cooking? What's the breakdown on the family gig on this?
My husband has cooked our whole marriage. I tell people that's the reason I married him, because I do not like cooking.
Cool. I think that's why my wife married me too.
37 years later, we are still married.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Number 3.
But yeah, my dad always told him, you missed your calling. My husband was an IT guy. My son was an IT guy. My husband got laid off after almost 18 years of being with the same company. And he said, hey, let's open a family barbecue business. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, no, it's got to eat. They always say if you own a restaurant, your family's not going to starve.
That's right.
No, we eat a lot of barbecue.
Yeah, I bet.
And you guys, for the family, you guys just had a big birthday.
We had, yeah.
I wanted to try to get over there. I couldn't make it. I had surgery on Friday, so things got a little behind on me. So I apologize about that. But so tell us about that.
Well, my granddaughter just turned 9 years old, and she told me, Grandma, I'm really disappointed. I says, why? She says, because you're not going to be there for my birthday. You're going to be on the stupid barbecue truck. And I said, okay. So I decided to have her a surprise party. So her mommy brought her over.
Cool.
And it ended up pretty nice. She was very surprised. She thanked me and hugged me. Yep.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, it looked like it was a good time.
We
So,
had fun.
So where are you guys located?
We are in Riverview, Florida. We've been in Riverview for 28 years. All our kids went to Riverview High School and all the other schools around. Me and Brian were married in Riverview in 1988. We were married in a little chapel behind Boyd's Tires. There was a little chapel called Chapel Gardens, and we got married there.
Oh, Florida.
And then we moved the kids over there in 97
Slow
and
grow.
been there ever since and watched it explode.
Boom.
it's changed, hasn't it?
It's
It's
sad.
crazy. Well, so Caitlin, do you still you lived right behind my office? Do you still live in that
actually,
area,
we
that neighborhood?
live, yeah,
Right.
right there in Boyett Springs,
Yeah.
actually. And our home base, as she calls it, is actually right around the corner there at the Shell at McMullen and Boyett.
Yep.
So I mean, truthfully, my husband will walk home.
Yeah.
To use the
pretty
bathroom and everything. So I mean, it's
Convenient.
It's awesome, very convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that area, it's crazy. When we first bought those buildings, it took like 14 to 16 minutes to get from Apollo Beach to Boyett and McMullen. And then finally after I'm like, I'm done. Let's just sell them. And everyone will work from home anyway. But, it takes like 40 minutes. The traffic is crazy. And
It's nuts.
and then they just had Gibb Drive Boyett and 301 closed for like a week and a half, and that construction. But you guys also travel, right? So you're set up at the Shell like what, 3 nights a week or three was it Thursday?
Yeah, it kind
changes.
of
It changes. I know on Facebook.
Actually, I just got it to where Diego's Flooring Masters on Boyett or Balm Riverview,
Yeah,
rather.
Balm Riverview. Yeah.
Right. I've been scoping out that place for about 6 months, and I sent them an email and I said, hey,
Really
you
like
have a
that?
nice setup over there.
So,
It's a nice yard you
what's
got
the
there.
deal with them? So I watched that building,
Nice yard.
and then it looks like they have a huge parking lot. So do they have
That's
is
nice.
it a huge showroom, or I just thought it was like some people that did some flooring or whatever, but it's a pretty good sized building with a huge
It
parking
is,
lot.
yeah, they've got some amazing stuff in there. They really do. And they've got a
Okay.
really great crew, but they don't have a lot of foot traffic.
Okay.
So they've pretty much given us free reign of the parking lot.
Great.
So, what are some of the things that you guys offer as an actual barbecue? Racks of ribs, sandwiches. Go through it.
Well, we're known for our brisket.
No way.
They love our brisket. They say it's like biting into butter.
Okay. Now I'm interested.
And Texas brisket is better than as a KCBS judge. I gotta say, Texas brisket is way better than Kansas City.
You're
brisket.
certified too,
I am certified.
which that means a lot.
Certifiable as well as certified.
That's true. But technically, you can actually say what's the best.
Yeah, I am a official judge.
There you go,
Went to class, all that stuff, which is like moronic. How do you go to class to
Judge.
judge barbecue? But anyway,
Because you're the best.
there you go. But okay, so you have your
Oh,
brisket.
We have our brisket. We have our pulled pork, which really, that's really hard to screw up.
Yep.
But that's my go-to. I do like my pulled pork. We have our baby back ribs, which
Nice.
they just jump right off the bone. He's gotten it to the point where you don't have to fight for that meat.
Cool.
St. Louis ribs. We have now introduced smoked chicken.
Okay.
And-
Hold on. We got to get Michelle's having too much fun with the sound effects.
Oh,
Oh,
took
Joanne.
one for
That
the
was
team.
Joanne. I took one for the team.
Look at that. She didn't leave you hanging, Michelle. We also have Michelle doing sound effects. We have double sound effects tonight, guys. We're
That
bringing
was-
it all to you.
Totally amazing.
So let's go back. So the smoked chicken, it looked like, did you have like half a chicken on that I saw?
Yes, we sell it by half a chicken or quarters.
Wow.
Okay.
And he didn't want to introduce that. My husband didn't want to introduce that until he figured out how to finish off the skin, because typically smoked chicken has rubbery skin.
Correct.
This skin is not rubbery.
Really?
Cool.
So, and then we have just your basic sides. We have our mac and cheese, which we use white aged Vermont cheddar in it.
Cheddar's better.
Oh, yes, it is. We have collard greens. We have case law. We call it case law because it's keto and diabetic friendly, 100%.
Okay.
And we have our baked beans. My son makes Texas toast right on the griddle. When you order a sandwich, it's made right there so that
Nice.
you have a nice fresh sandwich. We have jalapeno cheddar sausages. We do periodic specials where we have bourbon glazed pork belly sandwiches. We did corned beef brisket for St. Patty's Day.
So what's up with the
Brisket
Sunday,
chili.
right? You did this. You did the Sundays, right? Was it barbecue Sunday? I
Barbecue
saw?
Sundays,
What's
yes.
this?
What's that? Because it looked pretty good.
So kids really like barbecue Sundays, and so we have a regular size and we have a junior. That's usually a layer of our mac and cheese, a layer of baked beans topped with whatever meat they want. They can choose from the brisket, the chicken, or the pork.
Oh my.
They can get red onions, pickles, our barbecue sauces, which we have 2 different kinds now. We have our Texas style black pepper base, so it has a kick, and we have our bourbon glaze, which is sweet. I personally like them mixed.
Yeah. Cool.
So you can even kick it up a notch and throw it on a tortilla and make a
Now,
wrap.
now, are you available for events? So if like, you know,
we are
Andre
so
over at the-
available.
Yeah.
on Cars and Coffee or whatever. And I know there's like Waterset. Do they still do the Food Truck Friday or something? Or
Yeah, there's certain weeks that they do
Water
that.
Set Food Committee takes care, or social committee takes that
Yeah, we
care of
can
that.
hook you up with that.
Yeah, just
We would appreciate it. We did have them reach out at the very beginning, but you know, truth be told, we were still very wet behind the ears.
yeah, I was
So we-
following you guys when you were
Hey, it's
welding
better-
the
better to do
smokers
that.
up and everything else. I'm like, oh, this is great.
it's better to do that and show up and fail.
Oh, actually, so I really enjoy this story too. About, like you said, watching the smokers and everything get built. So they actually started this, you know, well after my father-in-law was laid off. They sat there and they built this smoker to be able to hold at least 600 pounds of meat, with the intention of, you know, being able to grow to that point
Andre's
and
eyes
everything.
are rolling. in
And-
his
Yeah,
head.
yeah. Andre's like, I'm ready.
And there's one thing I know about Andre. You like to eat. It really is.
They've they've totally figured
It's a
this out,
science.
and they built this themselves. Like they
Right.
designed this whole smoker literally from the ground up. My husband actually was knew how to weld and everything, so he was the one who welded all of that. And then my father-in-law and my brother-in-law were the ones who helped him with everything too. So it's been just this whole
Family
ordeal.
affair.
Yes, this
Well,
whole
and the thing people don't get is
together.
barbecue. So, you know, when if people don't realize it, so like you guys been to my party, so I a bunch of people. So, like, you know, my brisket is like 14 hours, and it could give or take 2-3 hours depending on wind and everything else.
Yep.
And that's why I hate doing competition. I just hated doing competition because I'm constantly you're battling the clock, and you have this turn in time. And on a competition deal, falling off the bone is bad, but there's a literal window of 1 degree on a brisket where it separates perfect from not perfect. And same with ribs is, you know, in competition, it's 1 bite, gently tug away you should have it gently tug from the bone, but it should leave a perfect semicircle bite mark. And there's such a tiny window to do that. So as a restaurant, you guys, you're starting this stuff the night before and then praying like hell that everything times out good so that you can do it. And then you got to keep it warm without continuing to cook it so that you don't have dried up meat. I mean, I have the utmost respect. As somebody that used to have a restaurant, which was way simpler than a barbecue joint, let alone a food truck barbecue joint. It's and I think actually probably a food truck barbecue joint is a little easier because you're outside smoking anyway. Not that it's easy to disclaim that, but
You got more room.
it's a challenge, you know. But hey, we're gonna
First, we should
we're
tell
due
them
for a
what
break.
people are asking where they can find them.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So let's give that out again. And
So
Joanne,
it's a corner of Boyette and McMullen at the Shell
Awesome.
gas
It's
station,
running?
which used to be the mobile gas station like 10 years ago.
so it's
If they follow us on Facebook, or if they don't have a Facebook and they follow us
I had
on
sent the
Google
link. Is it up
Business,
there?
I
Oh, yeah.
update this every Monday to let them know where we will be at and what times we will be there, so that they can find us.
The menu's actually running behind everybody. So
Awesome.
when it pops up. We've got the production there. But
Cool.
it also
Oh,
actually
gotcha.
has your menu and a picture of the two of you together.
Wow.
Cool.
Right there. Look at that right
And this
there.
and this is
Oh, yeah.
sponsored by the AJ Slick Band. You can check them out in Philadelphia from our other show.
Yep.
There you
Oh,
are.
actually, so
Yeah.
that's not
Yep.
me. That's
Oh.
that's her daughter.
That's
no
my
way.
mini me.
Wait, that's
Oh,
not
It's
you.
mini me.
Okay.
I'll get your picture.
Yeah.
We'll
And,
get that. But hey, we want to just real quick. We want to thank Pure Romance by Trish, Pool Kings of Apollo Beach, the Flip Flop Shop, me, of course, the Web Ninja, Ali Serrano Portraits, Jen Budd, and
JD
Coaching, of course, as well as Waterset Cars and Coffee.
And the all new, not South Shore Sports Entertainment, but Tampa Bay
Oh,
Sports and Entertainment Magazine.
It's
Cool.
kicking off.
awesome.
For details of
So
that, we'll
we're gonna come back, throw a couple commercials on. We'll come back. We'll continue the discussion about barbecue.
be
Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration, whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app. Our team of experts is here for you. Give us a call today. We're here to help.
So if you want to answer that and say,
I happen to be here with Aldo, who's in charge and runs the Cars and Coffee here in Waterset, which is a local phenomenon, which is kicking butt here and is a free event. He's going to tell you all about it. Hold tight.
Guys, my name is Aldo. I run the Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're here every second Saturday of the month at the landing in Waterset.
What's it cost, Aldo?
Nothing. Here's the only thing I'm gonna ask.
There you go.
Like cool cars, cool motorcycles. It doesn't matter if it's a classic and exotic. It doesn't matter what it is. Come here. We need cool cars and cool people. If you're cool, you gotta come over here.
You're welcome
Every
here.
Second Saturday of the month. Check it out. We have the food truck. We have White Claw. We have the vendors. Free coffee. We always have.
I love the
everything.
Aki. You know I'm a Honda guy.
Yes, yes. So check out the Acura NSXs, the Cybertruck, everything. And guys, follow us. Follow us, Waterset Cars and Coffee, in Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month, 8 to 10 a.m. Have a great day, guys.
Check him out on South Shore Live, too.
Boom.
Hey, Hillsborough County pet parents. Is your work life keeping your pup cooped up at home all day? Imagine coming home to a happy, relaxed dog instead of one bursting with pent-up energy. A midday dog walk with Professional Pets Florida is your solution. We'll ensure your pup gets the exercise and socialization they need while you focus on working. No more guilt, no more rushed walks, just a happy, healthy dog every single day. Professional Pets Florida, because your dog deserves the best. Learn more online at www.professionalpets.net and schedule your free onboarding call today.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are in beautiful Apollo Beach, South Shore, Florida. It's Teo, the Captain Teo, myself, Howard, the unknown drummer. I'm here with Caitlin, here with Michelle. We're just chilling out, talking about their business.
And hey, while we were on the break, a couple people, once the applause dies down, we were on the break, and some people were asking where they can find you. And I know we covered it on Facebook. It's MF Barbecue. Right.
Yes.
And we'll put it on South Shore Live. We'll put it up there and we'll get it on the screen. We'll post a link. And then you guys are at McMullen
And Boyette.
and Boyette.
Yes.
And at the Shell gas station. And you're typically there like Saturday, Sunday. I mean, I know your schedule changes because you have special deals. And then you're also at the Flooring Center.
Right.
So what day are you typically at the Flooring Center?
Every Friday now.
Every Friday. And that is on
Balm Riverview
and McMullen.
Yes.
And it's catty corner from that school, right? I think there's a school there on the corner.
It's right across the street from the school. We're catty corner from the gas station.
Okay. And then Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, you're typically at the Shell station.
We're typically at Shell, but this Thursday we're going to be at Gator Ford.
Cool.
Gator Ford, brother.
Gotta love the events.
Well, you're new to the town. There's some new things here in Apollo Beach. I don't know. You were talking earlier how much it blew up where you grew up. It's kind of blown up here too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So a segment that we like to do is who's new to town, and we'd like to welcome them. So the newest people to town, from what I see, Teo, is the ice cream place.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream and coffee, which is called.
So I'm kind of mixed on that because Emily with Tampa Bay Cake Company that we had on recently, she put her life savings into building her bakery in the same building. And now you have the creamery, which, by the way, they do have killer ice cream and killer coffee, but they're also selling baked goods. So I'm kind of mixed on that. I want to welcome them to town, but guys, support the bakery and go get your ice cream.
That's kind of weird.
I'm kind of
mixed feelings
on it because I know I look at small businesses that put a fortune in it, like you guys here with your barbecue place. Husband's out of work. You put a fortune into building a truck and trailer and a smoker, and then you have a different level of competition come in right next door. But anyway, the creamery, and I forget the name of it. It's down in their main facilities, like
American
Palmetto.
Honey.
Yeah, American Honey
Creamery.
Yeah. It's down in Palmetto.
I've heard great things about it.
Their coffee's unbelievable. And I wish I could eat their ice cream. I know I look like I eat their ice cream, but
so that's one of the new places that are coming to town. Anything have you heard of, Andre, that's coming to town?
We have the Greek restaurant that opened up in the Yard. And how they come up with the Yard in Waterset?
I have no idea.
The Yard.
Apparently no one that was creative had anything to do with that.
And I saw on Boker's Corner. I love those folks, by the way. I actually bought my desk from them.
Yeah.
After the hurricane, I lost all the furniture and everything in my house. So they were remodeling their house and they were selling one of their big desks. So I'm like, I'll snake it. But great folks. They I guess we have Wawa along with another fast food restaurant at 19th and 41. Right across from Ybor Grill. Right across from Ybor Grill.
The other corner.
Yeah, right.
What do you think the fast food's going to be?
I don't know. It just says
to be determined.
Convenient restaurant, I think was the classification, which means fast food.
Fast food and probably a drive-through.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, you got McDonald's, you got Burger King, you got Taco Bell. Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
But again, we got both kinds of music, country and Western in Apollo Beach
here.
We're getting it all here. And it's beautiful. We live in paradise. We're talking vacations. It's tough to plan something in the tropics because we live in it.
Yep.
And got that going on here in beautiful Apollo Beach. So we have a few topics tonight. I was going to bring up. We can go soft and easy into them, or we can go right into them.
I want to talk about customer service.
Oh boy!
All right, and
Dun, dun, dun.
so I manage. We have about 10,000 websites. I know it's a lot. It's over. We started in '93, so it's been a long time. And I have a crew of employees, and we have a lot of sites that we spin up for fundraising and stuff like that. Well, we use a backup program, and we rely on that, right? I mean, like when we do a deal with the United Way, where we have thousands of orders coming in every hour, or hundreds of orders every hour, and thousands over, a 4 or 5 hour period, we're backing up consistently. And they decided on a Wednesday to roll this out on Wednesday. Why on a Wednesday? I have no idea, but they updated their name.
Hump day.
Right. So they've added some more products. So they wanted to change their name, and they did that. Well, that changes the website address, which affects the licensing. And we have an industrial license. It's, several $100s, and it backs up our sites, and it connects to Dropbox and Google Drive, and has a bunch of professional features that we need. And all of a sudden we started getting all these alerts that these backups weren't activated. And so due to a conflict, it switched from the paid version, which is, about $1,000, to the unpaid version. And I'm messaging him, and I couldn't get support, and I was really frustrated. And then I had surgery the same day. So I'm like, okay, I got to get to surgery. I got to get to the clinic or the hospital for surgery. And I don't have backups running on these sites. And anyway, so they responded, and they were slow. And then in the end, they got it resolved, which was great. I'm like explaining my situation to the support, and they're in Europe, and we're here.
Europe.
And I got a refund on my renewal. I pay the same every year. I buy the maintenance package. And they sent me a refund for about half, which I didn't expect. And then I got an Amazon gift card for the trouble, because I was helping them debug their problem, because I'm a developer. So I'm giving them all this information as to what's going on to help them easily narrow down. And they solved the problem. But I'm like, what a way to handle it. I'm ready to go off on them. I'm ready to slam them all over social media, Google, and everything else, because I have a problem, and I'm emotional because I don't like being cut open, and I'm going in to have surgery, and I'm not in a pleasant mood anyway. But I was like, okay, you sent me a freaking Amazon gift card, which I gave to my employees, but that was just a classy way to handle and they made a mistake. Bar none, it was their mistake, but they owned up to it. And hey, a $50 gift card, I mean, it goes a long way. It's minor, but it's a big gesture.
I feel like at least just the fact that they owned up to their mistake and
said, I was totally fine.
I'm messed up. Like, that's freaking light years.
Oh yeah,
some places
they could have blamed it on, it was this or that or whatever, and they're like, we really apologize. And I'm like, hey, and I'm sorry because I'm in a shit mood, and here's why. And that's not your problem. That's Fauci's mistake. But they were like really
sympathetic,
but they had empathy for the situation. Absolutely, because I'm going to have to run updates on 1,000+ sites. I mean, that means I got to log in, I got to upload stuff. And they're like, okay, we're going to do this to make it easier for you. And then a $50 gift card. And I was like, man, you have my business freaking forever. Just because you caused a problem, but you owned up to it. And I just say kudos to, and it's Updraft Plus. It's now Team Updraft. And I'm just amazed at how they handled it the right way. You know, not that I wanted them to do something for free or anything else. You guys here know me. I'm not looking for something for free. But
also, all the samples that we
floored.
get on the show
Yeah.
and all the food that we eat, and like if you were to bring food, we pay for it.
Yes.
We don't work people like some people do.
Yeah.
Also, any concerts or anything we go to that we talk about, we actually pay for
We
those
pay for the
tickets.
concert.
Yeah.
We do not ask
And
for
if it's
freebies.
a concert that they sometimes, honestly, they will give us tickets to events that aren't doing very well. And I don't think that we have ever taken any. No.
I've not gotten one concert for free.
There you go.
So
So
and we pointed out to you, Caitlin, I'm like, hey, if you guys are open on Tuesday, we'll buy, you know, dinner and stuff like that. Unfortunately, you weren't cooking today, so we had to eat my food.
You know,
Yeah, and
I
want
gotta tell you, that was freaking delicious.
We had a
I
pizza.
never had a pizza.
oh, you got to
in
put
my
the pizza
life.
up, Joe. Put your video.
Oh my god, I'll put the pizza up. It's freaking.
You know,
it
and that
was
brings
so
me,
good.
that brings me to a point too, Teo. We touched on this last week, but there's credibility online and there's credibility that's not online. You know, you can see when somebody's stacking up on a suggestion of, oh, they're the best barbecue in town, and you see 35 people that on the next time when they're friends with somebody, the same 35 people hop on their post, and then you have people that do reviews, but you know they're not very objective, or they give you the opinion that they really need you and they take from you, and they're skewed opinions. Or they may not be telling people that they're getting a kickback from
the honest guy that's not so
Let me
honest.
tell you,
you know,
I know somebody who does this, and I think this is the dirtiest thing you can do. After giving them a service, and especially lately, I will give you 10% off right now if you put a 5-star review up for me. Now, let me tell you something. Don't get me wrong. 10% is not much, but nowadays you got a $200 invoice. It's $20 right there. Why not?
Hey.
You know, so I mean, and that makes the guy happy. This and that, but you're paying them off. Pay to play sucks.
Whenever someone says that they're the best, chances are they're not.
They're
because
not.
There's literally, think about it. Anytime you have the best, there's always the possibility someone is better.
Anytime you have the word
Honest.
naming, branding, business,
You better be pretty honest. I mean, there was Abe.
probably not honest.
There was, the only other guy that I would trust Abe would be maybe the Hebrew National dude.
yeah.
I mean, he straight up said he was ordained by, he had to answer to a higher authority. But if you're going to say your name is honest and do things, then, I mean, at least Crazy Eddie said he was crazy.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
know?
and the huge guy with the Kia up in Wesley Chapel.
Oh.
I got
Huge.
you get this. Yeah, Fucho. And it was great. You got a Mexican vacation and a big screen TV if you bought a Kia Soul for $5,000 more than any other
He
dealer
packed that
would
shit
even.
right in.
Wait a
But you
second.
could finance your vacation, as
What
long
about
as you
the guy who
understood.
loved appliances.
Oh gosh.
Holy crap. We came down here for like 15, 20 years straight. I love appliances. This dude sold appliances ridiculously.
Just people move product, but
Oh,
But what you got to think about is that reviews and the social aspect of it. You're a standalone business. Be aware of scammers. Be aware of people that will work you. And I say that to everybody. If they want cash up front, they're not your customer. They're not your vendor. We'll be back tomorrow, and you've paid them. They ain't coming back.
yeah.
Please do not pay people ahead. Please, from a real estate agent's point of view.
And a lot of things too.
Never pay ahead.
If people are asking, make sure they really need it. Look a little deeper at their profile, see how they're living.
I'll tell you, it was losing everything in the hurricane and redoing stuff. It was amazing the difference in the contractors, the workers, et cetera. And we had the looting problem. People knew we had the looting problem. And the crazy part was like ServPro, which is a nationwide company, which you would think would be straight up, right?
This is so awesomely bad though, but I cracked up because they have the name.
They have the name ServPro, right?
ServPro. We work for the master, the
And
service master.
they were triple the price of my buddy Donnie, who's in my cigar group. Donnie Jordan, thank you, from Phoenix Services. And he had the people there the next day doing our demo. and drying the place out. And the Serve Pro guys were looting the houses in the neighborhood.
The guys you
I
hired to
almost
help
shot
you.
one. I almost shot one. He was the workers from Serve Pro were in other people's garages taking stuff out of the garage, and then they didn't speak any English. And you're just like, oh my God, you know, it was Serve Pro. And I called Serve Pro, the main office, and they were like, oh, well, we're so busy that we just brought all kinds of people
We
in. And I'm like,
subcontract people in.
but they're wearing your shirts and they're stealing from people's houses that just
Customer
lost
service.
everything.
Oh my goodness.
So
We actually couldn't because our power got knocked out. My daughter's power so we used our generator off the truck. But we did go up and what we serve on Saturday. We got our hands on a bunch of pork shoulders. We sold 60 pounds of pork shoulder
You
on
got-
a
you
Saturday.
got up and running.
Yeah, we were able to do that at the gas station. Right.
Yeah, half of Apollo Beach.
In Tampa, Nebraska area around that storm time after, and with a group of my friends.
well, you and I picked up the generator,
Yeah.
and even though we didn't need it in Apollo Beach for Milton, I was loaning it to people in Riverview because Riverview didn't have power, but we in Apollo Beach, who got flooded and destroyed in Helene, we at least had power by then. So
Yeah.
The reason why I bring up the barbecue
Yeah.
question is because I remember seeing it. He's like, I have all this meat.
oh
Can
yeah,
you
there
burn
There was a lot of people on
The
social
Yeah.
media looking for people to take their food.
The neighborhood
Yeah.
came, this was Nebraska, Tampa. So
Right.
The neighborhood came and people came with their to-go. I was like,
Yeah, but
I'll buy some barbecue too, actually.
there's a time for need, but there's also some people that are still being greedy. So just
Oh,
be
yeah.
careful out there.
We found a lot.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
And that goes to all businesses, homeowners. We've seen it all, and you're going to see new scams. And it's a pet peeve of mine. You know, I blow away hundreds of scammers a day,
always.
and it just makes any business. This is a local business show. It makes every business has their competition alone. They don't need a scammer to make someone go out and buy their own pressure washer because they got ripped off, or make them have to wash their own car because they got ripped off.
So talk about cars. So I picked up a car, I guess a week and a half ago.
Nice car too.
While my truck is getting redone, and it was frustrating trying to buy a car because first I go on Facebook and I'm looking for a cigar car, right? So I want something to drive when my collectibles are, not readily available, or like in the case of like today, I was going to bring the truck back yesterday, and then turns out a part was broken. Well, the part doesn't exist, so I have to take the bed off, put a part from a newer model Dodge, and change the gas tank and everything else. And so it's going to be like a 2-week process. And so I'm like, let's go. So I ended up buying a Kia Niro. I was looking at the Hyundai Kona and the Kia Seltos, et cetera. But what was crazy was 3 out of the 4 cars that I called on for sale in Auto Trader and Facebook, et cetera, they're all rebuilt titles. So everyone's selling these flooded cars. So like the cars that we had that got totaled, somebody's cleaned it up, put a new computer in it, and they're acting like, oh, it was just a minor accident. Dude, it was under 3 freaking feet of water. That thing's going to disintegrate quickly. And they're all lying about the rebuilt titles. And you're just like, dude, it's a rebuilt title. It got totaled for a reason.
And they're all going to have electrical issues.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's going to rust. I mean, that was the deal why I didn't build my vet. People are like, why didn't I go back and rebuild my vet? Because of such emotional value and everything else. But I know that frame and that 8-pillar bird cage is just going to disintegrate with being in, a couple of feet of salt water. So
Going back to the barbecue question.
Oh boy,
we're going to need to give you a mic. Do we have a mic?
Every time I think about barbecue, I also think about this sweet tea.
Yeah.
Oh, barbecue and sweet tea is
go
the
together.
question. So Andre's in the back without a mic.
He's coming on in a sec.
He's going to be on in a sec. So do you guys have sweet tea?
We typically are not allowed to sell drinks because it is a conflict of interest over at the gas station.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding?
No, when there was a sandwich shop there, it was the same deal. You had to buy the drinks and the chips from the convenience store guy. We talked about this.
That's crazy.
So my office building was literally across the street, and I would walk over there.
I need mine.
So I've known that guy for like 18 years, however many years I bought that office building. And so I've known the owner, and then he closed it for a while, and then I don't know if it's the same
not
owner or
the
a different
same
guy.
owner. Mohammed's gone.
Yeah,
Oh.
but they're both the same. I mean, they're both
Muhammad,
they're
sing
similar.
one, sing two.
So Muhammad's gone. and-
Yeah,
I'm sing three.
Muhammad left.
I'm sing four.
And little Muhammad and big Muhammad. That's who
Oh,
owned
let
the
me tell you,
store.
I'm
Yeah.
very, very, very versed with Muhammad.
Now it's Danny
Okay.
who owns the
Danny.
store.
Manny and
Okay.
Denny.
So yeah, he's different.
Okay. Yeah, Muhammad was bad. There you go.
Don't mess with.
Hey,
Muhammad.
don't slam them because we want them to stay there. We don't want them to lose their spot.
You know, Teo,
So
you had mentioned Hyundai. I want to give them a big shout out for investing $21 billion into the United States the other day.
yeah, how about that?
With
huh?
over 5 years, that is something like $1,200 an American per or whatever, $450 an American for 5 years, who can actually drive to make sure that they have a presence in American business. Can you think about
my
that?
car? My
That's
car
a
was
lot
built
of
now.
money.
I think my car was built in Alabama.
Yeah, there you go. And
You know,
you know the deal. If you build it here, there's no tariff, no matter what.
right?
You know, and they get the handwriting in the wall, especially those guys. I mean, South Korea, they're
Well, and Honda just moved a big factory they're moving a factory from Mexico into, I think, is it Indiana?
yeah.
Um,
And Kentucky is getting what's Kentucky getting, Joe? I think Hyundai's going to Kentucky.
Well, I know what Honda is.
Honda's going to Kentucky,
and
I think North Carolina is getting Hyundai.
I think VW is expanding outside of Chattanooga. I think this is great. You know, people complain about tariffs, and I don't think they understand the way the world works. As somebody that has owned multiple businesses and multiple worldwide businesses, America is so treated unfair on the world stage, and they don't get it.
we can't export
You know,
our stuff.
If I send a laptop to an employee in another country, I got to pay a 200% duty,
Yeah,
an import tariff,
that and duty
and
destroys things.
you know, so America is penalized by all these other countries, and for us wanting to, okay, we want to do 10% when others have 100-200% tariffs on us. 10% is so minor, and
It's a
and
big
people
deal.
are like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. You don't understand. I'm like, dude, do business with other countries and then come back and tell me,
Well, do you think that
you know,
Teo, do
and
you-
import products, it's the same. It's
I was going to
just
say,
the same thing.
could you afford, when you really think about it, let's say you made sneakers, could you afford to make a pair of sneakers and send it to China and be under $3?
No,
Because that's where they're at with their sneakers by the time Nike gets a hold of it and the distributor, and it gets mailed here and it hits you. It's, you know, normal pair of shoes that hits America's shelves are $32 for a pair of shoes, and literally you can get the identical shoe for $2.80 in their
so,
country.
So here's something that's interesting is my experience and others is other countries don't have a welfare program like we have. All right. And if you're deserving and you need food, you can apply to get food, and because you don't work, you go and you wait in line and you get your coupon, your vouchers, and then you go to the meat place and you get your voucher and they're handed a box of meat. And it's up to you to decide what to do. You don't get a choice of, oh, I want hamburger or bacon or
Here's your goods.
chicken. You get a slab of meat, you know, whatever it happens to
Make
be.
it less. Come
Either
right.
you make roast or you make pork loin or whatever. That's what you get. Same thing with your dry goods. You get boxes of dry goods or bags of rice or whatever.
You don't get a cell phone.
No, you don't get a cell
You don't
phone.
get internet.
And you know what
you don't-
happens is people go, well, screw this shit. I'm going to get a job and I'm going to
This
go
sucks.
work. And so you, unless you're truly not able to work, you don't live for free off your neighbors. And that's really what it is. It's not living free off the government. It's living free off of your neighbors and your friends and your family members. And other countries don't have that. And so we have this entitlement and participation trophy thing that we've created that people think they want all this other money or all that, they deserve a certain thing. I'm like, go out and earn it. I
Self-reliance, baby.
I've had employees over the years, and I have great employees, and a lot of my employees have been with me for 10 to 20 years. And people are like, how do you retain employees? I go, well, for every one I've kept, I fired 100. And it's not that it's because they lied in the interview, they misrepresented their stuff, or their attitude's wrong. Pay me more, and I'm going to work harder. Well, you know what? Show me your worth, and then I'll pay you, and then I'll reward you. And my employees, it's funny. I remember I had some people that were like, "Oh, do this and do this, and pay me more, and then I'm going to do this." And my employees are laughing, going, "Get out of here!" And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Just quit." And they're like, "Why?" He goes, "Because you're an idiot. If you work and do the work, Teo rewards you. I give them vacations. I do all kinds of stuff." And I think if you ask my employees, and not to say I'm the best or I'm the most, whatever, my employees will go, I'm way fair and equitable, and they like working me because they could go elsewhere. They could go elsewhere and make money, but it's a matter of, my deal is show me what you can do, and that's been my philosophy. Is I'm going to prove that I'm going to do something better at a better price, and then I believe the reward comes. And other countries don't. Other countries are, if you don't do your job, there's 3,000 other people that want that job because they don't have all the welfare stuff that we've created here. So
just give me opportunity, and
I'll shine. So I'm cool with the tariffs.
We want to thank our friends at MF Barbecue for coming in. Caitlin,
very much.
Thank you.
Michelle, you're welcome to stick around.
Thank you for having us.
Andre's going to be coming up in a second, talking about air filters and cars and coffee and a lot of good stuff with us. And honesty.
Yeah.
Right there. And thanks for everyone sticking around. Most importantly, the supporters. We're doing this for, again, we don't make any money or this is for our neighborhood. And this is where I would like you to like us on Facebook. Tell your friends about the show. If you'd like to be part of the show, come on the show. Tell your people about the show. Tell people about your business. This couch, it's the casting couch, ladies and gentlemen of South Shore.
No. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That would be the disclaimer we talked about, Teo. Teo, will you stop?
Yeah, it's that disclaimer.
Can you step in here when I need help?
We do not.
Oh, I'm staying out of this. No way.
No casting couch.
Yeah. And if you stick around, I got some good topics. Here's the topic number one.
We have yes.
I'm gonna give a little teaser here. What if Elon was a Democrat? All right.
Oh, he was.
Well, that's the tease. We'll catch you in a second, guys.
All right, we'll be right back. Thank you.
The Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration. Whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app, our team of experts is here for you. Give us a call today. We're here to help.
Yeah.
more commercials? Awesome.
Good day, everyone. Bradford Sterling here with Choice Home Warranty, and this is my condensing coil. This is the outside portion of the air conditioner. The cleanliness of this unit is paramount to the performance of your air conditioner. So when you maintain your system, you not only have to change your air filter inside, but you also need to clean the condensing coil. What you see here is a metal grate on the outside which protects the aluminum fins, which are just on the inside. The aluminum fins have a copper coil that wraps all the way around this unit about 100 times, and inside that copper coil is refrigerant. The more efficiently this system releases heat off of the coil, the better your unit will perform. It's both for energy efficiency as well as performance, and the cleaner you keep your air conditioner, the longer the life expectancy. So when it comes to maintaining your air conditioner, you not only have to change your air filter, but you also have to clean your coil, ideally once a year. Now you will also notice that there's a little ding right here. This is physical damage to the fins around the condensing coil. Physical damage is very easy to happen. This aluminum, so it bends very simply. Probably one of my kids hit this with a ball or something. These can be straightened out. That can be done when a unit is serviced. When they wash the fins, they can also straighten these coils. Any obstruction in those aluminum fins also obstructs airflow. Anything that obstructs airflow also reduces performance. So keep your condensing unit clean, help your system operate less expensively and more efficiently. Thanks.
Who's that young dashing man cleaning those floors at South Shore Cleaning and Supply? South Shore's premier carpet, tile, grout, shower, and upholstery cleaner. Who could have that been back in those days, Andre? That young-looking, dashing, 45 pound heavier guy on that picture. Oh my gosh. So we're back here in beautiful Apollo Beach. Joining us is Andre Ciapetta here, the Cuban sandwich review guy, as he likes to be called. Also,
he's also the
air filter change guy. And he's the lucky guy with beautiful Michelle pushing buttons for us tonight, not just his.
Oh yeah.
So he comes in, he talks, he shoots the crap with us here, and he also is part of Cars and Coffee that you've seen their commercial a few times, which is coming up next week, correct?
No, the following week.
The following week.
April 12th.
So I'm hoping that the truck is.
That'll be badass.
I'm hoping it's
the
there
paint
too.
and everything.
Line
at
up the
least it should be
scooter,
driving.
the truck, and then Andre's car. That's the big three in the hood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna. It's from 8 to 10, and then after that, we're gonna go for a little drive to probably some restaurant.
So we have to have a running
nearby.
vehicle.
We're trying to figure that price.
Or you're going to have to wait for me and my scooter. Like, wait up, guys. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we'll be local.
I'll pull in and you'll be leaving. I'll do 22 miles an hour to the place. Take the scooter.
I need to call the judge. We gotta bring the judge out from California with the Caldwell, and then we'll.
That would be
whip it
badass.
down.
Yes.
So, again, thank you, Teo. We want to thank the people for watching and tell your friends to join us. We're here every Tuesday night, except for next week. I'm actually going to see Rick Wakeman. So we're probably going to push the date off a day or two.
Well, and I got surgery.
He's got
Monday,
surgery.
so
We've been hitting this
I'm gonna
weeks in a
probably
row
done on
straight.
Tuesday.
We'll skip a week and we'll move
skip
on
a
to
week.
the next one.
Yeah.
We have lots of guests coming.
And in 2 weeks we'll have Floor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And her friend regarding some
yeah, he's from CapCut Studios, and he's literally the guy or the company that picks people to do like background work for anybody who's bringing their movies to be.
Oh, so they're
projected
scouters.
in here. They
Well,
scout and they take care of things.
Yeah,
they're
but
really good.
They do extras. They do a lot of extras. I
lot
know
of
that's how
extras.
Flora got involved. Is she was an extra in a whole bunch of different TV and movie.
Rick
things
last
in the
night told me he
area.
was an extra on, what was he an extra on, Joe?
Oh damn, the last movie.
And then he got paid $200 a day just to
Yeah, cool.
stand around. So with a little teaser going on here.
Yeah.
What if Elon was a Democrat? Well, funny thing, look who Trump is surrounding himself with, all people that were Democrats. And then I said to myself, well, what if Trump was a Democrat? Funny,
He was
a Democrat. It seems like I'm painting this on the wall. It's not hard. A year ago, every tree hugger in the world loved Elon, and now every tree hugger in the world is returning their Teslas.
Well, and the funny thing is
Back to
they're
Coffee.
returning them that were heavily financed. So they're taking a dollar hit, thinking that they hurt Elon when Tesla already got their money. But
they get
Elon
paid.
only owns what 12 or 13% of the company.
13.5% of
Municipal
the company.
bonds
Yeah.
owns like 30%.
The funny thing
And
is,
like Tim Walsh was like all
Minnesota
laughing about,
owns-
Tim Walsh, and it's all in their and all these leftists,
Pensions.
their pensions, whether it's California, Minnesota, etc.
They're like, you got to
Um,
buy environmentally friendly stocks. So they say,
Yeah,
okay,
they've
we're going to buy
mandated.
Tesla. They're buying all these credits. So it's a great company. Rah, rah.
And then they're destroying their own retirement
They're
accounts.
destroying the retirement accounts.
It's like so stupid.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the vandalism is moronic, okay? Because Teslas have cameras
They sure
everywhere.
do.
Everywhere.
And you know what? I hope they go after those people like January 6ers because
Every one of them.
you know, they went after the moms that didn't want their kids vaccinated. They went after the moms that wanted their kids to get an education. They went after those of us that got damaged from the vaccine for trying to tell what happened to us. I mean, I never thought
It's getting peeled back, though.
that it would be that, you know, we would be dealing with the health issues for my wife and that it would be illegal for us to tell my wife's story, and they made it domestic terrorism. So I'm like, if they made that domestic terrorism to talk about how you got sick, I think they should make damaging a Tesla or any of this stuff domestic terrorism, in my opinion.
Actually, they are. That was the new thing, is that the FBI is actually considering that domestic terrorism, and they're going after people who are doing it.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something. If Trump was the elected Democratic winner and he had this platform, do you think they'd be like, yeah?
I don't know that they would because so I used to be a Democrat. Okay.
Sorry to
for
hear that,
people
Joe.
that knew that.
So sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. So sorry for your loss.
I'm glad to see that you saw the right side.
So
I
Minnesota
I was middle of the road.
I will
I was
tell
middle
you that-
road, California and Minnesota.
Pulling on the heartstrings. I
And,
get it.
And I was I was kind of, you know, I've always been kind of anti-war and that
Who
kind
isn't?
of deal. And you know, you look at Bush and stuff with the
Go
warmonger
war.
stuff.
I never really heard that one. Go war.
But you know, if you look
I
at
get
Bush, if you look at a bunch of Bush's policies and stuff, you're kind of like, it's, you know, kind of pro-war, or pro-war spending. But you know, looking at it from a business standpoint, and then Obamacare was kind of my turnaround point. But the whole situation where at some point the Democratic Party became extreme crazy.
Yeah, they really
it's
embraced the
like-
stupidest part of
it's
the party.
like trust the science, right, with the vaccine, but then there's people like me that have blood clots whose blood cannot clot, and that makes no sense. I mean, if it was trust the science, I'd be on a slab with being poked and prodded and all kinds of tests being done.
Here's how I look at it.
You know?
And with all due respect, not trying to mitigate anything at all, but just bringing it to this simple factor. It's common sense. Some of the things out there.
It
common
is.
Sense is gone.
Streamlining the government is common sense.
How can you defend wasting money?
Let's have some common
It's not
Yeah.
their money.
Well, given the debt situation, if it was a company or a church, the churches would be selling their buildings and liquidating everything.
Of course, and they
here's the-
have. They
here's
have
the
in certain
problem. Yeah.
Here's the
situations.
problem, and I'll say it like this because I deal with this with my father on an
Oh,
example,
boy.
and I grew up on a militant family. My dad was full Republican, 25 years in the Air Force. I respect my father. My father is now, he's always been Republican. He is now Democrat for one reason. He does not like Trump.
Yeah.
There you go.
He is one of those Democrats that no matter what Trump does,
Yeah, it's
he
sad.
just doesn't like the guy.
I have a few
And-
friends like
and-
that. It's just a-
There's actually people that I think if Trump said oxygen is good for you, people would just stop breathing.
And I'm not saying that.
Well,
And
people
that's
were happy he got
honestly
shot.
Really,
Yeah.
honestly, really sad when you think about it. That you are so happy that something like the Tesla stock is diving, when Elon doesn't even own a 20th of a percent. He owns 12.3%.
Yeah.
So you're so happy that other people's literally their life
It's guilty by
getting
association.
killed.
Yeah, but
Right.
when Elon's robot fixes you 2 years from now or 12 years from now in your house when you fell down, you can't
And
get the
he
hell up.
saved people,
Or when you're stuck in a
saving
space
people-
shuttle up north. and-
Yeah.
Exactly, saving people from being
Well, I mean, look
stuck
out
in
of space.
You know, he revolutionized payments with PayPal, which now
Incredible.
without that, we wouldn't have Cash App, we wouldn't have Venmo, we
Nothing.
wouldn't have Zelle, we wouldn't have had any of that scenario on being able to transfer funds.
click
like
and
that.
go. He's all
Well,
about click
and-
and
You know,
go.
here's the thing too.
You are
and
not
it's-
hurting Elon
it-
in the least bit.
No.
You're
It's
hurting
just-
everybody else.
Let's just have
He's only
common
$500 million
sense.
less.
And
you know?
they're like, oh, the damage. Well, okay, you're damaging individuals' Tesla.
Someone's car.
Dude, it's your insurance rates that are going to go up. If you don't think you're paying for that, that's the whole problem.
Again,
I
no
have.
common
It
sense.
could be
That's
your
it
cousin's
has to-
car.
it
You
has
don't
to do-
know.
It has to do with the insurance after the hurricanes. All these
And-
people are
and-
like,
and-
it's I'm going to have insurance pay for my roof. Insurance. All of us are paying for your damn roof.
Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. I want to bring this out there for all of us too. You know, we meet new people here on the show almost every week.
all
We
the time.
don't scout and verify if someone's a Republican
Or Democrat.
anything.
No, no,
Independent,
I-
not at all.
Not even a
Honestly,
requirement
never
of the
asked
show.
that.
It's
never.
not even a requirement of the show. But here's the scenario: Republican, Democrat, or not. I know people that just don't like Trump,
Right.
Yeah. No matter what. And he can.
and then there's
He-
people that do love him. you
What-
know,
So
and-
I did not vote for Trump the first round
So
in
sorry.
2016. No, I voted for Alan Spears, who's basically my adoptive dad, and he ran as an independent.
Okay,
And
that
I,
makes sense.
How'd he do?
I had to vote for him.
How do you do?
Well, he won the primary in California, the independent primary in
will say this,
California.
Okay.
So he
You
was on the
voted-
ballot.
You voted for someone you believed in and you trusted in.
Absolutely. And he goes,
That's
did you vote
important.
for Trump? I said, no, I voted for you. He goes, dumb shit. I voted for Trump.
Ah,
And
there you go.
When you vote
You
for
know-
Spoken
someone-
like a true politician.
and he is. He's like my adopted dad. So I
That's
had to vote for
awesome.
him.
my take on it though.
But people are like, "Oh, you voted for?" I'm like, "Hey, dude, I did not vote for Trump in 2016. I voted for 2020 for
I-
sure."
I love the spine that we're getting back.
I like
swagger.
like
Love
the
the spine that
non-political
we're getting
BS.
back.
Okay, I like. I'm tired of the nonstop political crap.
What happened?
I'm a study of history, and our country, these lifetime politicians should have never that was never part of the program. If you really look at how America was founded, they wanted everyday people to come in and serve based on what their voters wanted. They wanted the power to be put into the states, not in over government. And everything that has gone on is against what was created in this whole constitutional crisis. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Go back and look at Paul Revere and John Adams and John Hancock. And, John Hancock gave his life
Sacrifices.
The whole
for
point,
freedom.
The whole point of the way our government was set up is the point of the states have more power over the federal government.
The
meaning-
people have more power than the
We're-
government.
Move to a state
Which
that
is the
aligns
state.
towards
And
your
We're showing-
belief.
We're showing the people now because here's the other scenario.
Simple.
I know people that
Absolutely.
don't like Elon because
It's
he's
okay.
not a politician.
But it's
Right.
okay. They cannot like it.
You know
Doesn't
what I'm
matter.
saying?
And
Okay.
he's not firing anybody. And
Right.
he's using algorithms to detect things that are wrong. It's like the meme. They go,
People
"Oh,
are
we
mad
got
for
8
all
and
this
11-year-olds that
volunteer
are losing their Social Security." No
Why would
kid,
an 8 and 11-year-old need it?
because their father or mother died,
Passed
And
away.
they get it.
and they get it. And not a single one of those has lost
Absolutely.
their deal. It's just like I have a bunch of my magician friends because I used to be a professional magician, and due to the jab, I can't do that anymore. And they are diehard. I don't get my Medicaid anymore. Well, claim your freaking money on your taxes because you're working for cash and you don't pay any taxes.
If you don't pay in, how do you expect to get out?
You make $100 grand a
Musicians,
year.
listen to this.
You make $100 grand a year on these gigs, and you don't pay any taxes, and now you're pissed that you don't get Medicaid. But here's the deal: Trump hasn't cut any Medicaid.
Nope.
I cannot find a fact anywhere, but the Democrats are so on this. He's cut Medicare and Social Security. I can't see anything that's been cut.
Well, technically, he's cutting.
The only thing I did actually look at the Medicare thing. I got a whole bunch of things that came to my phone that said, "Hey, Trump is cutting Medicare." Blah blah blah. No, there was an extra benefit that you were allowed to get for no reason whatsoever, and they stopped that.
Good.
It had nothing to do with actually the Medicare that you pay for, that you handle, that you deal with. It was this really weird, and I had to go down through a big rabbit hole for like 35 minutes today to find out what it was, because I thought it might come up today. And it turns out it's something you're never supposed to get anyway. And they were just sort of giving it away to everybody. And only certain people were getting it, not everybody.
Question.
It was very questionable.
Go ahead, Andre.
Question.
Come on,
Same
man.
topic, different topic, same topic.
Okay.
Did you guys know Zelensky was a comedian?
Yeah, dancer, comedian,
What?
entertainer. Well, it seems like a lot of presidents are entertainers in a lot of respects.
He was in a movie and acted as a president.
He was a variety show host.
Correct.
And that's what got him into the.
And he was picked up and back by Soros.
And here's the deal.
Allegedly.
Some of these, and I don't know who's doing it, but the deal, Zelensky has a $35 million house in Florida,
Sure
and, a yacht
does.
and all that stuff. Okay, so that's not necessarily true. There's some stuff that could be true, but it's not substantiated. And I think it hurts the Republicans, although I'm not convinced it's Republicans that are making those memes. I think it's just shitsters and a lot of the Democrats that are making the memes. It's like the post today that we saw regarding, why aren't we investigating Trump's 2020 multi-billion-dollar, paycheck protection and all that kind of stuff. So the funny thing about that is when COVID hit, the original Trump proposal for COVID relief to help businesses and individuals with the lockdowns was around 50-some pages. I read it, and it was good. And if it was over $50,000, then businesses could apply for a small business loan, et cetera. And there were caps on all kinds of stuff, and it was per entity. So like Outback Steakhouse could get $50,000 of relief total for all their restaurants, or they could go get a loan, right? And Pelosi came back with, what was it, 870 pages or something like that, with all this extra crap that we had to have, right? We had to finance the Lincoln, we had to do the Lincoln Center.
Lincoln Center got dough. You remember all those things that spewed out of that bill?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just tons of waste. Well, they're all blaming Trump for that. And I'm like, okay, Trump caved because he had to do something for the country. And Pelosi had him by the nuts, man. And she hates him.
She just hates him.
And, and so they built in all their fraud so that they could do it. So I don't know.
Well,
but the crazy part is Trump was a Democrat, Elon were Democrats.
Yeah.
And
Robert F. Kennedy was Tulsi Gabbard.
But I think they look and they let the AOC bartender and all of the extreme stuff.
The 10%er chick.
Yeah.
The 10%. That is, she is the leading head of popularity in the Democratic Party at 10% is AOC.
Yeah.
I mean, that really says a lot.
And then you have the Muslim gal in Minneapolis where
Rashida Tlaib.
They're
that married her brother.
And they're late and the rape and crime from the Somalian immigrants in Minneapolis has just totally destroyed that city.
Sucks.
I just want common sense back. Good interest rates, good affordable housing, good pay
opportunity.
Boys' bathroom, girls' bathroom, girls. Common sense.
Boys, girls.
And let's get rid of it. Let's reward
so much
responsible behavior and merit. And
I want to be able to help a single
take away participation trophies.
With one income.
You want to be able to address somebody, yes sir, no ma'am. Not
without being offended. I want to go to Hooters and still see good-looking girls at Hooters.
Good luck.
Not everyone is accepted.
Times tough.
Yeah,
you work at Hooters.
I know.
Honestly, I'd like to see good-looking girls at Hooters, and I'm not looking for good-looking girls.
Right.
It's just the point, though. If you're gonna go there, I mean, you don't need to see your name. Well, not none of that,
know
but
what I mean, though. The world just got so soft. Like, what's going
You
on
know-
with this stuff? Common sense is gone.
Hooters girls don't look
Well,
like they take.
Hooters-
They're not supposed to look like they took home the leftover. You know. So with that being said, people like to stir the shit a little bit. We are going to have some sort of mass burning party.
We need to do that.
Where it's going to be an event to celebrate
mask.
5 years of the COVID bullshit we all went through and saying goodbye to our masks. If you have anyone, I think it's going to be April 3rd. We're going to pick a time of the day. You can either do it. You can either watch Teo and I burn some off. We might even burn some fireworks at that time too.
Yeah.
And we invite you, and we are asking you to take your masks and burn them. Because as Andre showed today, the air filter in your house was probably cleaner than your mask that you were wearing.
Oh, I have a bunch of masks.
And that being said, tell us about the air filter business
That
there.
reminds me, I got to order a fire pit in the backyard.
Obviously, you guys know I'm local. I live out here at Apollo Beach Boulevard, primarily a real estate agent, but also working on other things. And the other thing is called the Air Filter Change Company.
Woohoo!
And what we do for anyone that is in need of basic services at your home on your air filter, look, let's just be factual. Pretty much every home we go through a home inspection on the purchase or sale side has a dirty air filter.
It's true.
And you'll even have a brand new air filter leaning against the handler. It's just not.
Absolutely.
We all do it. We all get lazy. We get forgetful.
We talked about that.
Property management. You may have tenants that you just cannot rely on to change the air filter.
The
Wouldn't you
dirtiest-
rather
or
have
a sister.
guaranteed air filter changing service to prolong the life of your HVAC system? So, if you sign up for a 12-month plan, it's $79 a month. We'll cover up to 2 filters. Any additional filters on top of that are $5 a la carte. Most homes, 1 or 2 filters.
There you go.
That's a fact.
Everyone's
need
worried about air quality. I mean, your home, you drop in my business, it ties into his business too. Every person drops over 50,000 cells biologically off themselves a day in your house. You do the math. You, your wife, your dog, your cat, you've got hundreds of thousands of just dirt and dander, and it settles into your house. If you've got tile and if you've got LVT, it's floating higher. But if you've got carpet, it's embedded into the carpet, and if it's not going there, it's going where? Right into that filter. Hopefully. If not, it's hanging around your room.
Like every 10
every
days,
lifestyle is
like 3 times
different.
a
You
month.
have the smoking household. You have the allergic household.
I have 2 St.
The
Bernards.
cats, the dogs. Everybody's different. You have homes that are vacant for 6 months.
You replace your filters in your home, and half the time the stink goes away. Why? Because all the air is recirculating through that house, and then you put in for a fresh filter, and it's like, wow, I smell the paint again.
Yeah,
And
this will save your unit. That's
Oh, without a doubt,
And
too.
I'm going to tell you, if you live in Sun City Center, you might have the person who passed away in the house air filter.
The original air filter in some of these houses.
Oh yeah, the one with the cardboard brown frame.
So anything else we want to go over tonight, ladies and germs? We want to thank our friends at MF Barbecue, and you can catch them, what street?
McMullen and Boyette. I wanted to say Gibsonton Drive, but
Shout out, Tao.
So go visit them. Their food is fantastic, and you'll enjoy it.
I've seen the following, and I will say, I think from what I've seen, because you said every Monday or Tuesday you're announcing where you're going to be. You have people that follow you sometimes.
We are also going
that
to
actually
be.
come to wherever
So
you're going to be.
We're going to update.
Your regulars.
Please send it to, honestly, please send it to us.
And I will say this.
Hey, and by the way, for South Shore Live, the website, if anybody wants their business listed, send me a message and send us a message, because I'm building the directory.
Directory's terrific.
For businesses.
For South Shore
people that-
businesses?
Yeah, it's
And-
all South Shore businesses. And
Joanne wants a little update about her new magazine name. Tell us about the
Yeah.
magazine and what it does.
I will tell you that we have South Shore. It was South Shore Sports Entertainment's behind you right now. We have been running that magazine for probably 10 years right now. But we also realized that we're more than South Shore. We are Tampa Bay. We are Clearwater. We are Largo. We are St. Pete. So the new name announced today is Tampa Bay Sports Entertainment.
Woohoo.
So it is tbsportsmag.com. So, go there. You're still going to get the same stuff. It's going to be Emily Arena, Ray J, It's going to be
Go Bucks.
It's going to be the Bucks. It's going to be the Lightning. It's going to be the Rays. It's also going to be Ruth Eckerd Hall, the Sound, all of it.
All their events.
Florida, all the events. Go there, see it.
Interviews.
If interviews with different people with different places. Here's the deal. If you want to know what there is to do, that's the place to go.
And that's a fact.
There you go. And also, we want to thank our
Hey.
friends at Choice Home Warranty who's joining us in this journey together. And if you'd like to join
thank
us,
you, Kelly.
if you'd like to join us, be part of the show, talk about your business. If you got something funny going on, also too wanted to mention some bands that are coming to town.
Real quick, I'm going to interrupt.
Shoot. Oh yeah, your thing too.
Tomorrow night,
Check this out, everybody.
Planet Smoothie, which is there at Paseo El Mar. It's in the Yard. From 4 to 8, it's Spirit Night for the East Bay Indians girls softball team, and so a percentage of their each smoothie that you purchase is donated to help the Lady Indians.
There you go.
And hey, on that note, I gotta shout out Knights Air. The Lady so it's girls softball, and the budgets are
horrible
the way they are, which I don't understand, but that's a whole. I'm not on the school board.
Like $9,000 a kid, and they can't pay for.
No, they can't pay for. Yeah, they can't pay for that.
$9,000.
But they were raising money for their uniforms, and Knights Air drove by, and they cut a check.
Wow.
To buy the girls softball team new uniforms.
I did see that
from
East
Bay.
That's awesome.
That's just class act.
Yeah.
And Heather, that was my assistant and then ran my fundraising division. Her daughter is a starter, and so that's kind of a personal deal on that. I love watching them get out there and play some softball. And it, by the way, it's fast pitch, man, dude. Those girls throw that ball underhand.
It blazes by.
I'm like, oh man, I couldn't hit it. No
Dude,
way.
back in the day, I could throw 60 miles an hour.
All right, so check this out too. I wanted to mention a milestone in our show. Compared to Michelle Obama's show, we have almost half the viewership.
Hey, there you go.
Her show got 6,000 views. Her first days running, and our last show just topped 3,000 viewers.
All right.
So that being said,
very nice.
that was perfect.
I love Michelle.
Also too, what else did I want to mention? Yes, some people that are coming to town. A lot of events are coming to Tampa. That's why people love to live here. There's outdoor, there's indoor, there's culture, there's there's everything here. The Jonas Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. If you've wanted to see the Jonas Brothers, you can see them. They're coming to Tampa.
How old are they?
They're like in their 30s, probably.
Okay.
Apparently, they were Nick. Was at Disney TV's.
Yeah, they were
in
like
the
kids.
Yeah,
They
the
were
kids. But
I
now
thought they
people
were like
watching
10
the
or
show
12
and
years old.
owning a house and paying bills and using these businesses might want to go see the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Someone near and dear to my heart, which I'm probably going to go wind up seeing, ladies and gentlemen, Soft Beller Underbelly, or better known as Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh.
July 4th is coming to the Hard Rock. So I believe we might be going. Teo, I see, might be coming with us too. It's a great show.
That's a good venue too.
By the way, the Jonas Brothers are 37, 35, and 32.
Eek.
Just a heads
Yeah.
up, because I can Google that crap.
Eek.
But I can't wait. I actually am so excited to see Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's about it. Was there? And let me just go
One
over my
thing,
notes here and see.
One
the,
thing, one
go ahead.
question. This is more of a question
Shoot.
Michelle had. What is South Shore? Me and her had.
Oh, shoot.
South Shore
And I was
is
like,
Teo.
I was telling
South
her
Shore
Big
is-
Bend South.
No.
So here's the deal.
It-
So in the early days we had Ruskin, then we had Apollo Beach, which the history of Apollo Beach is pretty cool. We should do a thing on that. Maybe get Logan from the Bistro because he's got a bunch of that artwork.
Sure.
And
Take pictures of it, and then we can post them up here.
yeah. So but
This place is desolate when I looked at it.
Yeah, we'll get Logan on there from he's got the Racket Club and the Apollo Bistro. And we should talk about that because he's been, he grew up here. But so what happened is it was it was a fine line, right? You had Adamsville, which is just north, on the
Gibson.
coastal.
It comes
part
up
of
on half the
Gibsonton.
maps.
Yeah,
It's
on
like
the coastal.
Gibsonton.
Top
You know
tip.
the person
It is.
flying, they
It's
say they're from
Gibsonton, but it was
North
the
Gib.
coastal
Like
part of
Sims,
Gibsonton.
maybe?
No,
Sims?
it was
West
it was,
Gib.
It was Bullfrog Creek.
Okay.
area,
North.
right?
Up to like the bridgey thing.
Yeah.
Adamsville.
And
South
and
Shore all
and
the way
then
up there, you think?
So South
yeah.
Shore
It's touching.
encompasses Gibb. Basically, I
Town.
view it from Gibb Drive.
Riverview, Gibsonton.
I view it Gibb Drive
Some parts of Riverview.
all the way to
19
Old Sun City.
Old Sun City.
Yeah, it's
Oh, really?
And now with the way that it's, I used to say it would go to about 75, but then once they built Ace Hardware and then the Sam's Club, it kind of compassed that. But then as it's built in all those neighborhoods off of Sims and then Ruskin and now Waimama, South Shore is really Gibsonton Drive all the way.
It done blew up
into where MF Barbecue has their truck.
Right up there.
All the way down 301 to Waimama and then Sun City and over.
Technically, from a real estate,
I was about to say on a real estate
from a
side,
real
what do we
estate
say?
pound, from real estate,
Big
it
Ben to
is-
19.
It is Riverview, like Riverview 69, 68, 78, 79. It is Riverview, Waimama, Gibsonton,
Yeah.
Ruskin, Apollo Beach, and Apollo Beach, Ruskin, Riverview, Waimama, Gibsonton. Yeah, they're the areas.
Yeah,
It's
and
that
it's
whole,
and,
like,
and in
section.
theory, it's kind of the problem with Riverview.
I would
Is
say it goes as far as Sundance now, even South Shore.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
Sundance.
Sundance and Old Sun City is included in that.
Absolutely.
All the way down to Cockroach Bay. I view it to
Absolutely,
Cockroach
for
Bay.
sure.
The thing is with Riverview, which used to be really small and now is so huge, it's always been huge, but the population, all those areas have filled up. But you have like Winthrop Town Center, and
That's Brandon. We don't call that South Shore.
but I know it is, but it still is technically Riverview.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Yeah, but-
Bloomingdale on both sides. Bloomingdale on both sides, like the Bridges Retirement Center, and Tobacco Depot, and
Tobacco Depot, brother.
the Chicago Pizzeria, which next door to what used to be the Forge.
Yeah.
All of those.
The Forge. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a good place for in
That
its
was-
limited
yeah,
time.
Patrick Crown's
Technically, if
place,
that is
Merrily.
Riverview, it's considered South Shore from a real estate point of view.
Yeah,
Anything
it
with
all.
a Riverview.
Yeah,
we're
all,
growing.
all of
code.
that's Riverview, and
Yeah, if it's got
that
a
that
Riverview
goes
zip code.
almost that goes all the way to the Bloomingdale Y.
Yeah,
Which
until
to-
it hits that 511
No.
or 510.
1011, right?
Yeah, that's where
Okay.
it starts at 511 and 510. Once it hits Brandon, it's no longer South Shore.
Yeah, but it's so weird that like Winthrop and all that is still
yeah. Now you're
Riverview.
about-
But I
I
view that
agree.
as Brandon.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. So
Well, we'd like to thank MF
Sorry
Barbecue for
the
coming
long
out.
question.
And no
Yeah.
worries. And we want to thank you guys for watching and telling your friends and giving us the opportunity and your time. Again, Joanne, JD Coaching behind the console. We have Michelle who's making some noise in the back.
You have a massive erection.
I do.
Tampa Bay Sports and Entertainment Magazine.
Go Bucks. Teo, would you like to take it from here after that one?
Hey, with that, let's wrap it up since I got the disclaimer and say it's been a pleasure, folks. And
Wow.
I'm going to be.
Apparently all yours.
I'll be,
one sec.
I'll
The
be
meat
out
pizza.
at-
Put the meat pizza up.
Oh,
Joanne's going to put the meat
So-
pizza up.
So here's the deal. So I'm back. While she's prepping that. So I'm back on my healthier diet.
He's
more
taking
keto.
after the first mate here.
Well, it's the joys. It's the joys of Thank you, Dr.
low
Fauci. I now have. Well, I have diabetes now. I found out a week ago.
There you go.
So
You're collecting all these awards, man.
I know. I'm like
You're just
man.
putting them right on the wall. I
Yeah.
got this. I got this one in 2024.
So-
I got this one in 2020.
So we come over and we get pizza every now and then, and but I'm not supposed to do the carb
No.
thing or no wheat, etc. So dairy I'm not really supposed to do, but a little cheese. I'm not going to pass up the cheese. So I do. I don't know, but this meats it. So I'm
Pizza was
getting creative
fantastic.
with the whole keto carnivore approach. So
Freaking awesome.
So I make a pizza crust with beef and pork, beef and sausage, and press it out thin and cook that, and then little tomato sauce, and then your topping.
You ready to show it, Chuck?
So
check it out. We're
processing.
just like the pizza
So
was
anyway,
processing
so
in the oven.
it looks like a pizza, and the crust is meat,
which was awesome.
and
It was so good.
and it's pretty easy to do. The hardest part is draining the fat off of when you bake the crust. You know,
little by little taking the fat off?
no,
Or you just pouring it on one?
So I put a cookie sheet on top of a deal with parchment paper,
Flip it.
and drain it, and then flip it.
Gotcha.
And Stacy uses a whole bunch of that's Stacy's job in the kitchen, is using all the paper towels to dab
I could see that.
the grease. She's like, oh, I'm gonna dab it. I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna
The low
slather
carb
sauce on
keto
it.
life, though, you can almost eat anything, just different style of that.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of not and the process.
As long as it can run, you can eat it.
So I found
Squirrel? I'm in.
Yeah.
Sure.
So by the way, for Easter, since you brought up squirrel, I'm on a hunt to order my
Squirrel?
my rabbit.
Okay.
I always do
I'm
bacon
out.
wrap. I do bacon wrap Easter bunnies, and on the smoker. So
I'm looking for my
everyone
Bugs
else
Bunny.
is doing a ham, but I do.
I have to
I
say,
do bacon
Michelle,
wrap
you are
rabbit.
totally on point tonight.
So I'll order a couple rabbits, and we'll do bacon wrap rabbit for Easter.
Did you name that rabbit?
Yep.
No, the other rabbit. Okay.
If you all want me to put up the meats up?
Yeah, put the meats up.
Okay, it's going to go up. Here we go. Use the whole bag?
Oh, yeah. I would. I've only used like.
Teo's being very kind to me because I have some cheese issues, so he's being amazing. This is a Meatzilla, everybody. Woohoo! That's it. That was the meatza.
Oh, and then it's cooked, and then we cook it. So
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was good.
It was so
I
delicious.
still think there's some left, but
yeah, you can have it.
yeah.
Good. I got leftover ribs.
Hey guys, so again, we really appreciate it, and tune in. Not next Tuesday night; it'll be the following Tuesday.
Yep.
And we appreciate everything. Like and share, and thanks. And as I say every morning, good morning. Don't be a shitty person today. It really makes life better when you're dealing with someone who's not a jerk.
And quite honestly, good night, people.
Good night,
Be a
people.
shitty person tonight.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And go Boilers.
Yeah, go Boilers.